Good morning. Welcome to NTI Day 27. Read with me. Today we are going to read the text Cats Can Save the Day by Daniel Scheffler. It was Saturday morning in the De Silva household, and Bianca was daydreaming as she waited for her family to come down for breakfast. Her mind was filled with the things she learned at school that week and what she would do for the weekend. Her mind was so busy and she had so many rushing thoughts that she didn't see the neighbor's cat climb through the window. The next minute, the spotty cat was curling around Bianca's legs. Bianca, as if falling from the sky, snapped out of her daydream and saw the feline smiling up at her. Purr, purr, purr. Oh, hello, Mr. Chopsticks. I have missed your little visits, Bianca exclaimed. The cat reminded her of the visit to her grandmother. In Portugal last summer. Granny de Silva lives near the ocean in a small beach cottage and had four cats that were all the size of dogs. Bianca couldn't believe her eyes when she first saw them. The one, obviously the ruler of the lot, filled an entire comfy chair in her granny's lounge. Bianca tried to pick him up, but he was just too heavy. His name was Pedro, and he just flopped down and rolled onto his back with his white tummy showing, ready for Bianca to give it a scratch. Bianca's sister, mother, and father were allergic to cats. They would start sneezing and their eyes would water terribly, so the family was not allowed to have its own cats. Bianca loved the opportunity to pat Chopsticks. He came to visit often when her family wasn't around, searching for scraps and, of course, some loving. Bianca handed that out easily, as she just adored the little guy. She jumped up from her chair and opened the enormous double-door fridge to grab some of last night's chicken for the cat. Chopsticks knew what was coming, so he purred harder and looked very excited. Bianca felt good to be able to love someone else's cat this way and wondered if Chopsticks had the same kind of love from the neighbors. She never really saw the next door neighbors, so she couldn't imagine Chopsticks' life with them. As usual, Bianca started dreaming about what happened next door. She imagined the neighbors were at work all day and never home to look after the cat. She imagined Chopsticks' bowl to be overflowing with kibbles, poured into it just once a week, carelessly. Bianca's daydreaming was always like this. She would start thinking about something, and the next moment, minutes would have gone by, and she would totally have lost her bearings. Any of you all like that? Sometimes she would snap back to reality and have space traveled, or been at a concert in the park, or even swimming with sharks in the ocean. Her mother always told her to use her daydreams as inspiration for her drawings. Bianca had wanted to be an artist since a young age. When she was very little, she would make scribbles on everything, always scribbling wherever she could. Now that she was older, she started to draw her daydreams with some amazing results. Her creative energy was flowing, and her brain was still, as if in meditation, when she was drawing. After daydreaming, she would head to her tiny bedroom and lie on the floor listening to the radio, just drawing for hours, with no breaks, not even to eat. She used colors and pencils and paints and whatever she could find. For her, it was sheer bliss. She never felt so alive as when she was expressing this creative vigor in her life. Chopsticks was a big inspiration to her, and she started drawing comics where Chopsticks was the hero and would have to save the neighboring cats from disaster. Sometimes Chopsticks in the green cape she designed for him would have to rescue some young kittens from a burning building, or even a female cat that got stuck up in a tree. She took Chopsticks on these crazy adventures that she drew stories of, and that was her favorite thing to do in the whole world. I wonder what will be your next adventure, Chopsticks, said Bianca. The cat purred as he ate his pieces of chicken from the saucer Bianca had put down for him. She was thinking how Chopsticks could be happy from getting just a tidbit of chicken and how he looked totally satisfied. Bianca poured some milk and cereal into a bowl for herself. She had waited for too long now. Her family was obviously still sleeping, with no intention of getting up so early. She pulled out some paper and started drawing with colored pencils. She started dreaming up a whole new storyline for Chopsticks. First, she was going to give him a brand new suit, not just a cape. Chopsticks suddenly became Captain Chopsticks in Bianca's drawings, and she filled the pages and pages of him flying all over the world, helping fellow cats. Bianca laughed out loud as she drew some booties for Captain Chopsticks. She had decided a superhero cat needed to have protection for his little paws. She made them silvery and shiny. leather boots that looked like they could propel the cat into space age, or at least up to the moon. Captain Chopsticks was on the Great Wall of China helping cats stuck out in the rain. And he was in Australia running next to kangaroos to bring home a litter of kittens. The hero was all around the globe, even in the Amazon, saving a bunch of adventure seeking cats stuck on a little canoe. Dexter, don't do that. And so the drawings went on. Bianca had endless ideas, and they just came to her as she was sitting in the brightly lit kitchen. Bianca started to question whether she would like to live a similar life, like Captain Chopsticks, and travel the world saving people. And that led her to the next daydream of her in a superhero suit flying across the world saving people in distress. That's a funny image, Chopsticks. That's a funny image. Chopsticks, me in a tight pink lycra suit. Bianca laughed. But Chopsticks just licked his paws and stared at her. He stopped for a moment as if to laugh with her, but he didn't in the end. He just continued to lick himself clean. Well, thanks for the comments, Chopsticks, Bianca said to the cat. Who were you talking to? Bianca's father said suddenly. Oh, no one. I was just drawing, said Bianca. Chopsticks quickly jumped out the window and made himself scarce. He knew that Bianca might adore him, but the rest of the family not as much. Bianca finished her cereal and kept drawing as her father peered over her shoulder, looking at her work. I can't believe how amazing your drawings are, my girl, he said. Thank you, Bianca replied. Where do you get the inspiration for this Captain Chopsticks? He looks like a real action hero star, he said. Oh, from Cats Stuck in Memory, Bianca said with a little smile. The family suddenly all came down, and Bianca moved her drawings aside to spend time with everyone. Coffee and croissants were going around the table as everyone laughed and chatted about the perfect weekend ahead. Bianca listened for a second, but almost immediately went back into her daydream. All right, so let's look at our questions. The questions here are multiple choice. You want to make sure that you go back and find the support for every question. You can put the paragraph number that you found your answer to and use slash and trash strategy to narrow down to get closer to your answer. And then let's look at our short answer questions. Remember, you want to make sure that you use a separate sheet of paper and you label it with the NTI day. This is NTI day 27. And then you restate in complete sentences. So, number 8, name 2 things that Bianca daydreams about. So, this one could just be restate an answer. And you could kind of paraphrase what that daydream was, but then go back and underline where you got that information from. What does Bianca draw? Same here. You want to restate answer. You can put the answer in your own words and then underline the support for how you got your answer or where. How are daydreams a link or connection between Bianca's life and her drawings? Explain your answer with evidence from the passage. So this one's going to be RACE because you're going to have to explain how your site and your answer are connected. So this one is about her daydreams and how it is connected to her life and her drawings. So think about what they said inspires her drawings and consider those type of things and maybe things that she encounters with in the real world in her life that leads her to her drawings. Okay, so you want to restate answer, cite. So just you can choose a sentence from the text that supports that. But then in your E, you're going to have to explain that connection. Okay. So, like, kind of, I'm trying not to give you all the answer, but it's going to be something about how it inspires her. So, that gives her ideas on what she can draw or what she could create. All right, guys. So that is today's Read With Me. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We're almost through with NTI work. You all keep working hard. I love you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.